On Action Network, when you want to pull a report to see data of the people on your list or the performance of an action, we make it really easy to see that information. To create a report, we'll go to the Start Organizing menu and click Reports. Then, choose a list that you want to create the report for. You can choose either your personal email list or one of the groups you manage. Next, you'll give your report a name. We recommend coming up with a naming system for your reports, with the content and the date of that report. Below that, you'll notice that reports targeting uses almost the same exact format as the email targeting, which is an include and exclude option. Like email targeting, if you want to create a report of your entire email list, then don't narrow down any of your targeting. When you select multiple options within a category, like state, that's an OR operation. So people from Alabama or Arkansas would be targeted. But when you choose another targeting category, like language, then you'll be targeting activists who live in Alabama or Georgia who also speak Spanish. This is how targeting systems work for most situations and how most people want to organize their data. But if you need to do another type of targeting, you can make a query to do that. For more information on queries, please watch that video tutorial and look at those help documents at help.actionnetwork.org. So as I said, we do targeting based on includes and excludes. And you'll choose most of these by clicking on the box and selecting from the drop-down menu, like we just did with states and language. You can also choose to include people from a particular county, legislative district, country, or radius from a certain zip code. If you're part of a network on Action Network, you'll also be able to target based on the child groups in your network. You can target a report based on someone's radius from their closest event campaign, and with letter campaign targets, you can automatically include activists who live in the legislative districts of one of your targets. You can also pull a report, as we saw, with languages and on previous actions that someone has taken, like signing a petition or RSVPing to an event. You can also include or exclude activists based on the emails that they receive, if they've opened any of those emails, and if they've clicked on any of those emails. In this fundraising section, you can pull a report on donors, if they've donated at all, if they're active recurring donors, if they're recurring donors but have a failing donation, if they're recurring donors but they've canceled their donation, and people who have set up one-click donate. You can also target donors who gave a certain amount of money in the last number of days. Here, you can target people based on source codes, meaning where they came in from your list. If you want to learn more about how to track people based on their source, check out our Common Action Concepts video. You can also pull reports based on tags that you applied or responses to custom questions that you set as a field value. You can also target people based on past reports or queries that you've created. And you can target based on action activity, like if someone took a certain number of actions in the last number of days. You can do the same thing with email opens and clicks. These activity targets help you figure out who your most active supporters are, so you can target them for more actions or donations. You can also target people based on how recently they subscribed to your list. We also offer broad targeting based on their subscription status. So if you want to pull a report of everyone subscribed to your list, you can just leave this box checked. If you want to see a list of everyone who's unsubscribed, you can just click this. If you want a report of everyone whose emails have bounced, so you can figure out what's wrong with those email addresses, you can do that too by clicking this bouncing box. You can also check this box to see who has filed spam complaints about you. Once you're done with your include and exclude targeting, click the blue button to save and select your data. Here, you'll tell us which columns you want in your report. We'll automatically default to first name, last name, email address, and zip code, since that's the information most activists provide on all their actions. But you can choose different or additional fields from these drop-down menus. These are the same options that are available on all our actions, but you can also see what tags you've applied to someone, any custom fields that you've created. Note that the information for custom fields will only show up if they've submitted data, So if someone hasn't filled out the phone number field on your petition, phone number won't appear as an option, even though you've created the question. We give you 8 columns, but you can always add more by clicking the green Add More Fields button. Once you've selected all the columns you want, go ahead and click this blue button to save and get the results. Here, you'll see the number of people that have been targeted by your report. You'll also see a preview of your report, but don't worry if it doesn't show all your activists. It's just a small preview. For me, it's not showing anyone because I don't have any people subscribed to my test list. To download your full report, click this green button to download the results as a CSV. Once you do that, we'll generate a report and an email will automatically be sent to the email associated with this account. In the email will be a link, and you'll just click on that to receive the spreadsheet of your report. Once you've pulled the report, you can also create an email based on the report, or subscribe all the activists to your list, or unsubscribe all the activists from your list. If you choose to unsubscribe or subscribe anyone, make sure that you're not moving people from one list to another without opting them in. If we discover that you're spamming people or resubscribing people who have unsubscribed without their consent, we'll delete your account. You can add tags to all the activists in your report or remove a tag from all the activists. If you have any more questions about reports or any other features on Action Networks, please visit help.actionnetwork.org.